Welcome, welcome, welcome. Forgive my tired face. Chacha was, isn't feeling well. He's got a bad cough. So I've been up quite a lot. So bear with me if I'm a bit on the slow side today. I'm super excited to be here to do our angel readings. Let's do our opening prayer and off we go. O Great Spirit, Father, Sky, Mother, Earth, the winds, the waters, my Father, my Mother, Tanaha, all that is. We thank you for our lives and we thank you for these good people. We thank you for all that we are and all that we are to become. We dedicate our time spent together and our relationships with one another to you. We ask that our suffering be ended, that our pain be lifted to the love and to the peace that lay beyond. Aho, Amen, Namaste. Okay, just remember that I'm streaming across multiple platforms. So if you type in a question underneath this video, make sure you stick your name on the end if you want me to see it, or that you accept the restream invitation, okay? Hi, lovelies. I'm just going to shoot and then I'll check in underneath this video as we go along, just so everybody gets a fair shot, okay? At getting a question answered. Okay, so Gabriella's saying, anything the beautiful angels like to tell me today, gratefully received. Hi, Gabriella, happy birthday. I know it's your beautiful birthday today, darling. Let me just do an angel scan and let's see what's going on. Okay, so the message that I'm getting is actually coming very strong from Archangel Gabriel. And the message is believe in yourself. There's a real energy of, your angels are actually showing me that you're entering into partnerships, business partnerships, or friendships from a place of fear, a deep fear that you can't do it yourself, that you can't become successful alone. And what happens is then you attract people who also think they can't be successful, and then they self-sabotage. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Either they can't put the work in or something else manifests to get in their way. So can we just give you an angel blessing and anointing on your birthday to believe in yourself and to trust that when you pray and you take guided action and you practice, you show up for your divine life purpose every day, you will be completely financially taken care of. Okay, that's looking good. Oh, some questions starting to pour in now. Let me have a look underneath. Okay, so there's quite a lot of questions coming through about soulmates as well. I think there's 4 of you asking about soulmates. If you sent them via email, my assistants popped them into my phone. I'm going to may as well actually open them up and check them now. When you send them via email or via messenger, I'm not going to say your name because I know you guys do that for privacy reasons. Okay. I've just returned from a visit visiting my mother. She lost her sight and is now not able to see. She's in a distressed state from loss of vision. She says she doesn't want to live anymore. Oh, my darling, I'm so sorry. Okay, so first things first, can we just bring in Archangel Raphael and his healing band of mercy and get them to surround you and your mother? Okay, so it's really about fear of seeing the end. There's a terrible, terrible fear of aging, like a belief, really strong beliefs from like early childhood that death is like bad and that you'll be judged. So I'm just talking to your mom's higher self right now as we're doing the reading, and she's actually accepting Archangel Raphael, and Mother Mary's coming in very strong for her. And I'm going to bring it in for you as well, because it's so hard to watch people you love suffer. So it's going to command an instant healing. They're actually showing me you've given her parts of your soul in order to support her or help her, be there for her, and you're feeling absolutely torn in two. So it's really putting so much stress on your body. Can we release all the guilt that you feel as well? I'm just watching her mom get a healing and her get a healing. I'm working through her mom's higher self for consent, because I'm not going to do anything that goes against karma. I'm also working with the Lords of Karma under the law of grace in the background, so I don't invoke any negative karma, and also so that I don't make any mistakes, because I'm aware that my consciousness is still human. So if Creator thinks something's not for our highest and best good, then it's not going to happen, and that's what the law of grace means. There we go. It means God's will be done, not your own. Gosh, I'm starting to feel that flow. It's a huge upheaval and also has huge implications for the whole family. Yes, my darling, it does. She has a live-in carer and my brother. She has a live-in carer and my brother. Is there anything that can be done to improve or restore some vision? Diet. So you can't out-medicate a bad diet. She needs radical lack of inflammation. Eye Bright really supports restoring eye health. There are some really good eye exercise videos on YouTube that have been shown to restore eyesight to people who are blind. But they're also showing me that your mom would really benefit from actually eye massage. So there's so many muscles in and around your eyes, and you can. It's actually one of the reasons the eyes are one of the first areas to age or get wrinkles, is because the same way that the muscles in your back can get tense or out of alignment, the muscles around any organ of your body can be the same. And we only consciously control a very small number of our muscles. Almost 200 are controlled by our unconscious mind via stress, and the muscles around our eyes are parts of those muscles. So if you just I'll put a link underneath to some eye massage videos as well, to release the muscles around the eye so that it can start to properly repair. But if you think that if one side of the eye or top or underneath the muscles are tighter, it can not only cause problems with the vision long term, but it can stop the right nutrition, the immune support from getting in, and the body from being able to do the vital repair work that it needs to do. But yes, I think if she's willing, I'm bringing seeing Archangel Raphael, like there's loads of cards going to her liver, and I'm just going to move on the addictions and diet, because she's comfort eating. Okay, that's looking a lot better. Okay, and then the other one. I'm just going to get a quick scan so I don't reveal anyone's identity. Okay, I want to thank you for the wonderful videos and all the work that you do for everyone. You're welcome, beautiful. The videos are very helpful and informative. I learn a lot, and I love doing your meditations. I accidentally posted a question on YouTube, so I'm going to try it again here. Please, can you ask the angels for some answers and guidance? Around 7 years ago, I was in an accident and got a head trauma and had ear/hearing damage. Have some neurological issues and extreme tinnitus. Why is it still there? Metaphysical causes. What can I do? Can it heal completely? I don't know why I'm holding it active. I hope you can call out. I hope you can help me out with this. It's okay to answer me in public. Okay, that's good to know. Maybe there are more listeners with likewise issues who can benefit from it. Okay, so I'm just going to start by doing the same thing. I'm going to call in Archangel Raphael and his band of healing mercy. And I'm actually going to call in Archangel Raziel, because we're going to have to do some quantum jumping, some time travel here. I'm just going to go ask them to take me back to the moment or to the minutes before the accident happened. And we're going to command that it never happened. And an instant healing across your body at that moment in time, and all future bodies as well. And this helps to reset the timeline. And I'm going to command that the shock and trauma be pulled post-accident, during accident, and before, so that your body can start to heal. And we're also going to run a completion program. So when your body goes through some kind of trauma, particularly an accident, anything that's a a big shock moment for you, not only is your spirit likely to leave the body, but to the subconscious mind, because time doesn't exist, it's like the event is permanently happening, which is why the subconscious mind will often be replaying it between 10,000 to 40 times a day in your subconscious mind. Okay. And this is what can lead to chronic stress or disease. So, can we command, and you have to say yes if you want this, that this trauma is completed, so that your unconscious mind and your soul know that it's finished, that it's already happened, it's in the past, and that you no longer need to run this program as a way of surviving the trauma or staying safe. And this often happens because we go unconscious when we have an accident or a big fight with someone, or because the prefrontal cortex completely switches off. Okay. Okay. Hello, Skylar. When do I manifest my next soulmate? And is there any blocks to this? Iona. Okay. Well done, Iona, for popping your name in there. Okay. Let me do a quick scan. I'm going to bring in the romance angels, Archangel Shamuel, Archangel Raguel, and I'm going to do a scan. Ooh, and I'm getting Archangel Raziel's Mystery of the Universe and Metatron for divine timing. So I'm actually being shown that your soulmate's still in a relationship right now. So they're it's divine timing. They're really showing me that there's a series of events that's going to happen. They show me you meeting probably in around autumn of next year. That's what I'm getting. Okay. Um, any blocks to this? So they're showing me it's about working on being the one. There you have a lot of doubt. There's so much doubt. And there's this, and when you get into relationships, there's an energy of asking the person to prove themselves to you instead of you choosing the person that you want. So when you're manifesting a soulmate, you want to really choose the person that you want, and you want to be sure. If you walk in there unsure, then you by default not only make the other person unsure a lot of the time, but you also aren't able to see who they really are, because people, it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you're constantly doubting them, then um they kind of start shutting down, or becoming more defensive around you, because they can tell that you don't trust them, or that you don't believe them. Okay, so I'm just Archangel Raguel is just like literally showing me to like do some gene work. So if you'd like some genetic work done by Archangel Raguel on emotional abuse that's running in the family line or the ancestral line, particularly yeah, particularly in the male line as well, and repressed anger, let's release that. Okay, I do my energy breaks. Alheim is saying, how can I make wealth in my life? So immediately we're getting the abundance angels in, and we're strong, because this week is the financial freedom. So we're going to have a lot of abundance angels coming through. And the reason I'm talking about financial freedom is because so many health issues are caused by money stress. I had one client who worked for a big company, and they weren't paying people on time or even regularly, and he would get the checks through from the company every month for their employees and be asked not to cash them or not to pay them. And the anxiety literally caused intestinal ulcers. I've had men come who are depressed or suicidal. Some of them have injuries from literally trying to commit suicide, jumping off buildings because they lost a job. Um, So many women that I know have IBS or hormonal imbalances because of financial stress. So many people won't have children or get into romantic relationships because of financial blocks. So that's why there's a whole section on this inside Medical Intuitive Mastermind. Okay. So, how can I make wealth in my life? So immediately your angels are saying, fill the space that you're in. There's an energy that they're showing me of you saying, well, I will figure out the hard stuff like the organization, the structure, the leadership when I have a better job, when I'm in a better situation, when I have better opportunities. And your angels are saying, if you fill the space you're in, you will be given a better job, you'll be given better opportunities. But if you don't have organizational skills now, leadership skills now, project management skills now, trust me, I learned from experience, you won't have them when you get to here if you don't have them at here. These are not skills that you can acquire like this. These are skills like reading and writing that have to be practiced and acquired over time. Okay, unless it's a very superficial leadership capacity where you're just rocking up and teaching or something like that, as opposed to actually managing a big team or multiple people or multiple projects. So can we show you that it's safe for you to fill the space you're in, and that even if the people around you don't, right, recognize or validate your work, that the skills that you learn will give you the confidence and the worthiness that you attract the opportunities from outside to go to the next level. And your angels are also saying that people that do it in ways that you don't like or that aren't leading properly, they teach you as much as people who are. They teach you what happens, when you make specific mistakes. Leadership is an advanced soul lesson. There we go. And that's why so few people are called, right? There we go. Okay. Okay, dear Sky, can you please help me with my twin flame connection? Thank you. Gosh, there's so much karma around this. You guys have at least 100 past lives together. It's coming in thick and strong. So I almost went like this, like slow down, stop. Okay, so I'm going to bring in Archangel Raphael because we're going to need to access the Akashic records here in the Lords of Karma. And if you'd like the karma from all these lifetimes to be completed, just say yes. And we're going to make the command by divine decree in the name of God and the law of grace. It's commanded that the karma from all of these lifetimes be completed now. Thank you. It's done, it's done, it's done. Show me across all parallel lives, soul contracts, infinite contracts, self-replicating contracts, crossover contracts, in all directions of time in the highest and best way. Whew. Gosh. It's a lot coming off. Anyone else that has karmic contracts that they want clear, just say yes. And not just yes to the command, yes to the law of grace, because I don't do any healings unless I'm doing them under the law of grace when it comes to karma. I'm not interfering unless the creator says I can. There we go. There's two people involved here, not just one. I'm not forcing healing on anybody ever. There we go. Okay, so I'm also being shown by Archangel Raguel that there's contracts here that you both have with each other to fulfill each other's expectation to make each other happy. And this is like a contract from third plane of existence and fourth plane of existence, and it's based on an illusion. Relationships are like an empty box. You get what you put in, and they magnify it, right? It's not you can't turn around. It's like a bank account. If you put money in, you'll have something to take out, and then after a certain amount of time, you forget that there was a time where there was nothing in there. And it's the same thing with a relationship. You put enough love in, and there's love to take out when you need it. But if you don't put enough love in, you soon realize that you're going to the relationship to get love, and it's empty. It's like, love denied, the same way that the cash machine will go cash denied, right? So Can we just bring in God and get him to pour love into the relationship? So this is, and we're just going to unplug your relationship from you and him as the people who are supposed to fill it, because you can fill it with your actions, but you need God filling the relationship with love and blessing it with love for it to last for any period of time and for it to serve humanity. There we go. So you're not, I know we think we're brought together to make each other happy, but God brings people together so that they can become the lights they're capable of being on the planet. Marianne Williamson taught me that, and she's completely 100% correct. Okay. You're brought together with your soulmate or your twin flame to become the lights you're capable of being for the planet. And you can do that through love and peace and connection and desire, or you can do that through conflict. There we go. Ooh. Okay. And creator is showing me that to like download that relationship is a place to embrace growth and change, not a place to avoid growth and change, not like a harbor where you go to hide from the world. There we go. So Marianne Williamson has a very good audible workshop called Relationship Delusions. It's very good. It's a series of almost 20 of her Course in Miracles lectures explaining the games that our fear mind plays in relationships. And one of the games is really, really believing that the other person not only becomes like our creator, becomes a substitute for God, for our happiness and for our purpose, but that we're like it's me and you and your twin flame against the world, like against your family, against the paradigms, etc. And it's just a delusional paradigm that keeps you stuck in fear. You're supposed to become the lights you're capable of being for the world, not hide from the world or just go off into isolation. There we go. Okay, and then Archangel Shamuel is saying, respect yourself first, honor yourself first. So I would start, like you're saying, start by taking a fearless moral inventory of the places where you're not showing up in the relationship. No excuses, because right now you're going, well, I'm not showing up because they're not showing up. And I'm really being shown it's time to go 100% responsibility. So this is an Anthony Robbins one. Anthony Robbins' relationship program really taught me and my husband, he gets so much kudos for this, that when you're taking responsibility, it's not 50-50, it's 100%, 100%, right? It is not you did this and you did this. It's I did this and therefore this happened. You are 100% responsible. There's like 200% instead of 50-50. Otherwise, it's always this betting or this competition, and you're stuck at that level of relationship and it blocks all intimacy. So can we release that, please? Anywhere where you're in competition to be the better one or to prove that you're better than your partner, anywhere where you're defending instead of loving and actually clearly communicating. And I don't mean clearly communicating the flaws of the other person. I don't know why I got told to say that, but that's what I got told to say. Clearly communicating your desires and the things that you are going to grow up into. Okay. And last thing before I move on, because the angels are saying this is really going to help a lot of people listening. When you're inside relationship, right, there's a lot of hurdles. We're a generation that was Peter Panized. We've been pretty much allowed to never grow up. And from this place of not never being allowed to grow up, that means when you're in a relationship, it requires, like, healthy soulmate relationship requires an adult man and an adult woman. Okay, so from this place of us being like acting like wounded children, the relationship can never be healthy. So it's really difficult, to go through the adult initiations whilst inside a soulmate relationship. So if you haven't, if you don't feel like an adult, if you still feel like a child or are behaving like a child, then it's important to really decide what kind of a man or what kind of a woman you'd like to be. not based on your partner, but based on what your values are and what your core is. And that will make it much easier for you to maintain a relationship long term. What are your standards? And are the standards that you're setting for your partner higher than the standards that you're setting for yourself? Okay. Okay. That's looking a lot better. Oh, okay. Bassi is saying, "Hi Sky, I would appreciate any insight into my visibility blocks or any other blocks around my healing project. I've been posting on social media, but the process has been very painful for me. I feel I've been sabotaging it as well. Thank you." Okay, let me have a quick scan. Okay, so immediately I'm being shown there's a lot of resentment at feeling like, this project feels like an offering to humanity, and you feel like humanity hasn't given you anything, and that you are being left and not being properly helped, like you are being neglected. So, going back to like the core law of manifestation, whenever we are being neglected by everyone around us, it's because we're neglecting ourselves, right? And we don't feel like we are worthy of care. And then other people ignore us, or they don't recognize our efforts. And it's because inside we're refusing to do the same thing. So it's what Louise Hay says, you have to work that belief system and start saying, I care deeply about myself. I am worthy of care every single day. The people in my life deeply care about me, and I deeply care about others. I'm always nurtured and supported. There we go. And so I actually wrote a post about this a few months ago, and it's a revelation that came to me through the angels, but also in Course in Miracles, that when we're on our knees, it's often because we've been refusing to pray, and we've become disconnected from Creator. And when we find that life has brought us to our knees, either through desperation, financial, emotional, health wise, or relationship wise, it's the best place we could possibly be, because that's the place where we go, God, of my own strength, I cannot do this. I need a miracle here. I need divine intervention. I'm not strong enough. I'm running on empty. I've got nothing left to give. And that's when you actually tap into your real power, which is the divine power. When you're trying to do things from your own power, you won't have the energy. Okay. And I don't say this lightly. Let me give you a couple of examples. So, for example, I told you guys that my baby, a boy, isn't feeling too well today. So if you could all send some unconditional love to him, that would be amazing. But I would not have energy, and I do, right? I shouldn't. By all means, I have not slept since 9 p.m. last night. I have been rocking a baby. He's 6, so no childcare. So it's me and my husband kind of juggling, and I just have this hour. I had him in team meetings and stuff, etc. My energy, my attitude, like everything, I should, by all physical rules, be exhausted, be angry, be sad. But because I'm tapping into that divine power, I am tired, but I'm at peace. And not only am I at peace, I'm still able to serve, and I'm grateful to be able to serve, right? And I'm not serving from a place of guilt or from a place, and everything worked out perfectly because of that divine intervention inside my life. Okay. So sometimes when you're on your knees, every single time in my life, if I'm honest, that I find myself on my knees, it's because I'd lost my connection with Creator. I'd stopped asking God to come in. I stopped asking God to divinely intercede. And then they're showing me that the pain around visibility comes from literally being it comes from child abuse, my love, and emotional and physical, they're showing me, and also public humiliation at school. So you're going to have to go back and work on those issues, because you decided that being invisible was the safest thing. So it's working on safety, and your visibility will naturally start to start to increase, really working on safety. Just like with weight loss, sometimes it's safety. Otherwise, the weight's never going to go off. You don't feel safe in your body. And it's the same thing sometimes with visibility. If you don't feel safe, then you're not going to let other people see you. And they're saying, work the safety angle, work the safety. Archangel Michael's coming in super strong right now. And Archangel Gabriel's coming in to help you as well. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to check Facebook again. So I'm being fair to everybody. Scrolling down. Okay, Celeste is saying, I would love to know if I'm meant to live and work in Portugal and how that may look, as I'm not entirely clear of my true direction. All I know is London is not the right environment for me. Thank you, Skylar. Okay, let me do a quick scan. Okay, 100 per Archangel Raphael's also the angel of travel, and I'm getting shown like the boat moving across the sea. So 100% Portugal would really work well for you. There's actually a rainbow coming in behind the boat as I'm doing a scan. So it says momentum. They're showing me that you would do incredibly well in you need more spiritual community, and you would do very well in a commune. You would do very well offering sessions and healings. They're showing me a really good healer. And they're also showing me that you need nature, you need the sea. Like this boat is on the ocean, right? And you need the sun. You really desperately need the sun. They're showing me some kind of a vitamin D deficiency potentially as well. So this is, and they're actually, now I'm just getting pulled into money. And they're really showing me that this is about being afraid of not having the finances. So can I just unplug you from your ancestral way of making money? Because our ancestors didn't have the internet or social media. They didn't have the educational resources that we do right now, right? So when we follow, if we do what they did, we'll get what they got. And the world that they lived in no longer exists. So we have to take their blessings and their gifts and their genius and dissolve the places that are no longer relevant to our future. There we go. Okay. That's looking a lot better. Okay. Yeah, and they're I'm really getting I was about to move on, but I really got told you're supposed to be a healer. They're really showing me that you can 100% support yourself, and that it's time. It's really time. Um, it's really time. There's a really strong divine timing coming in for you. And they're saying to please stop doubting yourself. You have some incredible gifts. It's a theme today, right? Releasing doubt and stepping into faith. It takes faith the size of a mustard seed to move mountains. Okay, Leah R. Dixon is saying, do I carry on working? Do I carry on with the work I'm doing or change course? What would be the most fulfilling choice? Thank you. Okay, Leah. Okay, so the angels show me to carry on with the work that you're doing, and they're also showing me that you need to learn how to better manage your emotional resilience. Your nervous system is making you feel overwhelmed. It's disproportionate. It's like any small thing feels like the end, the end of everything. So they're saying really, they're also showing me not getting enough sleep. Like it's really causing overwhelm. So they're saying, please, set a bedtime around, 10 or 9. And they're saying, please, it's kind of like the 5 a.m. club. I'm really not a morning person, just so you guys know, until I had my baby. I really am a night owl. But he really turned me upside down, right? That's what kids do. And then they're showing me you can always get up earlier, but you can't keep sacrificing sleep and not have this constant sense of overwhelm. So I'm just going to command an instant healing. I've never done this before, but they're showing me to do a sleep deprivation healing. So I'm going to call on the angels of sleep. Anyone else that's suffering with sleep deprivation, me included, I want that one. Just say yes. Okay, and off we go. Marcellus, oh, energy break for that one. Marcellus saying, hi Sky, could you ask my manifestation angels in the physical what blocks me that I manifest for others, what I wish I could manifest for me? Oh, that's a vow. Oh gosh, that's like a really strong vow. In all aspects of my life, if a cleaning is possible, yeah, let's do a clearing. Anybody else that's manifesting for other people, their clients, their partner, their kids, this is such a woman vow, because in a lot of religions, both Judaism and Christianity and Muslim, the woman is in charge of the spiritual welfare of the home. So if your husband wanted to do well in his career, or if your children were going to be blessed, you would go to the church and you would light a candle and you would pray over them and you would do the blessings and anointings for them. But guess what? There wasn't anybody doing it for you unless your mother was still alive or still doing it for you. So anywhere where you have vows and oaths only to bless, anoint, manifest for others, husbands, children, friends, clients, instead of for yourself, can we show you that it's safe for you to manifest for yourself as well? But that also you're allowed to put yourself on prayer lists, put yourself on in healing circle lists. Theta Healing has a website called Atanaha Prayers, where people can literally write their prayers in for free. All the theta healers will send energy to it at 9 p.m. At night. So there's so many free healing resources. Most churches have a prayer group and you just have to leave a prayer request. So can we show you that you're allowed, right, to put your name into online prayer request groups, and you're allowed to receive the blessings and anointings and manifestations from other people as well. So you're allowed to receive from yourself. You're allowed to bless yourself with manifestations, and you're allowed to have other people manifest good things for you. There you go, to not just wish, but create, co-create good things with you. There you go. Ooh. No healer is an island. Okay, that's looking good. Hi, Salvatore. You're welcome to ask me questions on Facebook, and you're welcome to I wouldn't drop me an email now because I'm not got the email address open, but you're welcome to pop a comment on here and I will answer it. Okay. Maria saying, "Hi Sky, thanks for this. Can you ask about my dad? Is he okay? Can he hear me?" Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, he can hear you. Like the moment that you asked that, I got the same feeling. I only actually started wearing my grandmother's ring a couple of weeks ago to give me strength, to really still serve no matter what, and to really fill the space, that I'm in a much better way, all the spaces that I'm in. And I got the same feeling when I asked about your dad, like all overwhelming heart, almost like tears of happiness that you feel him watching, or that he's watching. And he's actually showing me birds. He's showing me that he sends you birds, like little birds, that either come on your like either windowsill or car, or literally little birds, to let you know that he's watching you and that he's around. He can hear you, and he is 100% okay. What's next for him? He's literally saying that he's been up to Creator, he's been cleared by the light, he's gonna stay with you, as your guide until you're ready. He's gonna become one of your guides until you're ready. There's a real energy of you needing more. You needing more support to make a better income, more support to do what you came here to do. And if there's a real sense of regret from his side at not having been able to support you more when he was alive. Um, and there's a really rock solid energy of I'm staying, I'm not going anywhere. So if you don't want him as a guide, you're gonna have to tell him, because he's really, really coming in strong, really coming in strong, but he's okay. I think he's going to stay with you unless you actively tell him to move on. He's going to stay as one of your ancestral guides, and yeah, I think that's his calling. He's not. They're showing me he doesn't have another incarnation lined up for another 20 years. On astral time, that might be different. Around 5-10 years human time. It's different. Time on the fourth plane of existence, fifth and sixth is different. Okay. Okay, energy break. Can you please ask for guidance from the angels for my son, Kyan? He's very down and frustrated with issues and pain in his right foot and up his right leg and through his back and right shoulder. Thank you. He's also very lost at the moment in what he wants to do career-wise and is changing his mind because of his physical issues. Thank you. Okay, Archangel Metatron's coming in so strong. So whenever you have teenagers, guys, you want to call in Archangel Metatron. Makaisel deck is coming in really, really strong as well, which with like life purpose. And Archangel Uriel's coming in really strong here as well. He's got some not good influences in his life, Dee. Like he's in a circle of friends that the angels are saying to me aren't the best influence on him, and he needs to be, man's groups or he needs a strong, positive male influence in his life from people of more similar age. They're also showing me that he's got worthiness issues. That's why the injuries and that's why the pain. He feels guilty at wanting what he wants because his dreams are big. I'm not sure if he dreams of being an athlete but they're showing me like lights and thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. So they're showing me his dreams are big and he doesn't feel worthy. So I'm going to ask his higher self. Oh gosh, and sacrifice as well. Yeah, so very often when we have big dreams, we're not prepared for the level of sacrifice and the work ethic required to make them come true. That's something I learned the hard way. So can we show you that sometimes it's worth living in ways that other people wouldn't live and making sacrifices that other people would never make for a short period of time so you can live in a way that people are never going to live and experience a level of freedom that they're never going to experience and a level of peace they're never going to have for longer, right? It's like long-term gain. So for example, me doing therapy for almost 10 years, etc., and doing the hard emotional work means I'm able to experience a level of peace that most people aren't able to experience and have a level of emotional resilience and bounce back that most people don't have. If I think about my health, me doing the hard work of, eating an alkaline vegan diet, of making sure that I drink, 3 liters of water, of taking the vitamins, of making sure that I have the discipline to do it for me and that I also take joy in it, that is going to serve me every single day for the rest of my life and serve every single member of my family. But the discipline required to put that in place, oh my God. Right? I promised you guys I'd share a picture and I will. I'll put it up on Facebook today and you'll see the difference, me and like at 14, 16 versus me now. And I'm not sharing it as a weight shaming thing. I'm sharing it as look how far I've come thing. Because there's a lot of stuff in spiritual circles that spiritually bypasses the effort required to get from A to B. And I don't believe in willpower, but I do believe in will as a force, like divine will. And when you tap into your divine will, and you really like align your will with divine will, things move quickly. So they're showing me to do a healing on his sacral chakra to align his will with divine will for his divine life purpose, because it's a sliding doors moment. Whatever he wants for his career, if he doesn't go for it now, then it's going to be a different life, and that's okay. He'll still have a good life, but it will be a different one. There we go. Okay, and they're also showing me he'd really benefit for something like NLP or RTT or success coaching. He needs to start visualizing himself succeeding. Right now, he just sees himself as failing. So he needs to be able to see himself succeeding in his mind and replay that over and over and over, because right now he's replaying failing over and over and over. So I'm just going to let Makaisel deck come in Just pull some of this frustration, anger, and anxiety. Archangel Michael's coming in strong here as well. Anyone else that's going into frustration and anger when they realize, actually, this dream, it's going to be harder work than I thought. I don't think I can do it. Instead of going into, okay, I'm going to do what every other successful person does. I'm going to do the hardest things first. I'm going to trust that whilst the tasks may not become any easier, right? That my resilience will increase and that I can develop emotional resilience, financial resilience, spiritual resilience, intellectual maturity, that my stamina will increase, and that the task will not be as hard, and that things that used to knock me on my butt will no longer even faze me. And that my dream is it's worth the early mornings, it's worth the hard work, it's worth the learning things that I never thought I'd learn, it's worth the doing things that I never thought I would do. It's worth saying yes to God, saying yes to the universe. My dream is worth the risk. And it's not if I'm going to fail, it's when. And when I do, I will rise, because that's what I do. That's what you can do. And whenever you feel like you can't go any further, your angels and God will carry you. They did not bring you this far to leave you here. There we go. Okay. Hi, Sky. Could you please... Oh, sorry. I'm going to do this one, then I'll switch back to Facebook. Hi, Sky. Thank you, Sky, says Gabrielle. You're welcome, birthday girl. Hi, Sky. Could you please check my overall energy on where I am at and where I should go, especially around my boyfriend and me? Sometimes it feels a bit harsh between us. Okay, romance angels incoming. And I'm actually getting the cherubs for you. Okay, can we just start by Archangel Michael's coming in very strong here as well? Yeah, this relationship, I'm sorry, but your angels are saying that this relationship really isn't good for you. Obviously, that's a take it or leave it. I am not in your relationship, and nobody knows unless they're in a relationship what it's really like. But your angels are really protective. Okay, I'm just going to pull all the emotional abuse from your ears, from your third eye, from your heart. Your self-esteem is just getting lower and lower. I'm just going to unhook the cords and everything else. All the cords, all the manipulation. I'm not sure if this person has mental health issues, my love, but there's like a real energy of stopping you from leaving or manipulating you into staying. And the angels are saying, stop asking for permission to follow your heart. You already know what to do. I'm going to bring in the breakup angels, guys. Anybody that needs breakup angels, I've never called them in before. Call in the breakup angels. So you call in the romance angels when you want to manifest a relationship, and sometimes when you want to resurrect a relationship, which means a good relationship has fallen off the wagon and it needs some healing or some resurrection, like brought back from the dead. But you call in the breakup angels when you need to leave a toxic relationship or a toxic situation. And it could get ugly, or it could be really difficult, or it could be very easy to hurt the other person. Then they make, they literally create a reality that makes it easier for you to transition out. And they give very clear divine guidance as to what to do. But I'm also being told very strongly by Archangel Michael to really tell you on no uncertain terms to stop asking other people for advice, because you already know and nobody else is seeing the side of this person that you can see. And that's really hard, but it's so true in relationships that, like, how somebody treats you is not a fair barometer of their relationship with everybody. Someone that's toxic for you may be completely different in another relationship, another environment. And very often people that are toxic in intimate relationships are very successful work and career-wise and very good at navigating their professional relationships, etc. So it's important to understand that these people, when they have wounds, they tend to hide them even from themselves. Okay. So if this person is not for you, so it's time to let them go. There we go. So they're saying stop looking for validation from everybody else, start asking for validation from God and from your angels. Okay. And that's always the case. Whenever I'm wondering whether I should be in a relationship, there's only two people I discuss that with: my best friend, creator. That's it. No one else. Whether or not a relationship should be healed, can be healed, is between me and God and between me and the person inside the relationship. And maybe, like I said, my best friend, one other person that I deeply trust and knows both of us and that I know wants what's best for the relationship no matter what, but no one else, right? Because people can send negative energy your way just because they're jealous of the relationship or because they're even potentially attracted to your partner. So be very careful. Okay, be very careful. But we're for you, the breakup angels, my love. Anyone else that wants breakup angels, just say yes. Okay, let me just a quick scan on Facebook. Rona saying, I would love a generalized message, please. I can't watch it live, so I'll watch it back. If I'm picked, let me know. Okay, Rona, you've officially been picked. I'm putting a love heart under your post. Okay. I mean, trying to pull a card for you actually. Not even an angel card, a fairy card. It's rock and roll. What card do we need today, angels? What card does Rona need? Ooh, you got the shape-shifting card. Right? So this is a card of like radical change, like almost identity level change. And there it's what your angels are saying is that it's very you had a very important message for all of us, which is that if you don't feel successful in your identity, if it's not a shift in who you are, then you don't follow through on habits. So it needs your dreams and who you want to become needs to stop being a dream and needs to start being who you are. It needs to what your new habits. Like for example, let's say you want to be a boss and you want to own a 7-figure company, or let's say you want to be a good mother or father, or let's say you want to be a good sister or brother, or you want to start having more discipline, or you want to completely change your diet. You have to allow this new person to become who you are. Not sometimes, not when it's easy, but all the time. And that's what you have to tell yourself. This is who I am now. This is how I behave, because it has to become a core part of your identity. And you will do anything, your subconscious mind will do anything to make sure that you match your subconscious beliefs about who you are. So if you don't believe you're good at business or good at making money, if you don't believe you're a good mom, if you don't believe you're a good father, if that's not who you are, not just something you want, then you won't be consistent in being able to manifest it. So can we, I can get Archangel Shamuel super strong here. And Mother Mary is coming in as well. Some of you have got like hashtag parenting goals going on, or leadership goals. So can we just show you through Creator of All That Is how to make your dreams part of your identity? Not what you do, but who you are. Okay. Hi, Skylar. I have a crush on someone after being single for many years. Oh, any guidance from the angels? My crush seems interested too, but nothing is happening. Many thanks and blessings. Okay, let me have a quick scan. Okay, so I'm immediately getting a yes from the romance angels. Your crush is interested too, but they're saying to me that you're not sending strong enough signals. Really making eye contact, really smiling, really letting them know that you like them and that you're available. They're literally showing me that you're being too subtle. So it's not about necessarily asking them out, but it is about really letting them know that you like them in no uncertain terms. You've got a soulmate that's a bit shy. So I'm going to bless this relationship, and I'm going to bring in the romance angels and the cherubs and just surround you with that now. And they're showing me like this person is quite a gentle soul, so that it's not like the relationships we've been in the past. It's they're really showing me it's okay to it's not so much about taking the lead, but make it crystal clear. It's not the kind of a person who's going to um I think the word for it's like they're all there's not that they're scared of hitting on you, but it's that they're scared of making you feel uncomfortable in any way, or potentially ruining or putting a weird dynamic on the relationship that already exists. I think you already matter quite a lot to this person. I'm not sure if you guys have been friends or if you're work colleagues, but it's important to just let them know that you really like them. You can say those exact words, like "I really like you," um, and see if that shifts things along. Okay, I'm going to choose one last question today. I'm back at 4 p.m. to do the Financial Freedom Challenge, and I will be doing more readings and clearings then. If you want to join me, guys, I'd love to have you. We're running the next round of Medical Intuitive Mastermind in January. If you guys want to train for 6 months to become some of the best medical intuitives on the planet, I want to hear from you. And I'll be here doing angel readings at 1 p.m. every day this week. Okay, 1 p.m. every day this week. The financial freedom will be same time, 4 until 5 every day this week. Just doing the clearings. We're going to be covering topics like healing mother guilt, healing upper limits, removing ancestral beliefs, how to check what your inner body is set to earning, things like that. We're going to look at as much as we possibly can. Feel free to send your questions to the business page. I'll pop a DM up as well. Okay. Okay. Hi, Sky. I would love to know if the angels, if they have guidance for me regarding welcoming a new soul baby in my near future. Yeah. Uh-huh. Soul baby in the near so like literally what I heard is baby incoming. Yes, you have a very beautiful soul baby that's waiting to come through. They're going to come quick. They're actually showing me it's connected to you needing to get more rest and more sleep. So really not being afraid of letting yourself sleep. It must be something to do with the amount of melatonin that you're producing, but you are like Archangel Gabriel's really, really strong with you, and they literally keep showing me like the angels stroking your belly. So I really see a Baba in the near future. Okay, Susanna's saying, "Hi Sky, hope you're well. I have a question. Currently, I'm healing a girl who can't hear. Aho. She's 2.5. Can you give me any guidance? I would really love to help her. Thank you." Okay, so when you're working medical intuitive wise or angel healing wise around the ears, the first thing you want to do is get Archangel Michael to come in and just vacuum any arguments that were while she was in the womb. Okay, so any problems in the ears normally goes through to things you don't want to hear, and particularly because in the womb there's water, the not scary noises are often magnified or amplified, especially arguments, etc. So we're just going to go back to her as a baby in the womb and command an instant healing for her ears inside the womb. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to do a quantum jump to before it happened and just command that it never happened. And command that her ears developed perfectly in the highest and best way, that it's safe for her to hear. Okay, and I'm also just going to unplug her from any beliefs from former lifetimes that you have to be deaf or have any other kind of disability in order to be closer to God. So this is really common. It's part of the wounded healer archetype. You'll notice some of the most powerful healers, like we talked about Louise Hay having cancer and Wayne Dyer as well, and Vianna Stibel too. Very often in other lifetimes, it was called the mark. And it was believed that healers would always be sick. And I first came across this when I was when I first had my spiritual awakening when I was in Shetland. And some of the most powerful healers in the world are in the Scottish Islands and Shetland, and um, all the most powerful healers were sick, whether it was with ME or they had a lung problem, or that every single healer had an illness, and it was like the wound is where God enters. So very often we have an interlife belief that we have to be sick in order to hear God, or not be able to hear other people, or have a disability in order to be able to serve God or be closer to God. Okay, that's looking a lot better. Okay. I'm going to stop here for the angel readings for today, but I'll be back tomorrow, same time, and I'll have a look at the ones from this post and the one on the Facebook group and just keep going combined with the ones that we get in for tomorrow. Let's do our closing prayer, guys. O great Spirit, Father Sky, Mother Earth, the winds, the waters, my Father, my Mother, Atanaha, all that is. We thank you for our lives, and we thank you for these good, good people. We thank you for all that we are and all that we are to become. We dedicate our time spent together and our relationships with one another to Him. We ask that our suffering be ended, that our pain be lifted, to the love and to the peace that lay beyond. Aho, Amen, Namaste.